Does that mean I'm not a strong lady or what? All this pain, and with the way I was even doing I thought like maybe the head will soon come out.
My waters just broke. Hey God, you won't believe. Of all times, oh, I'm having contraction now.
Why is not so? Not
Oh, such a jumping ball, isn't it?
Yes, you're here. Thank you so much.
They were the
Thank
cutest
you,
cat as well.
everyone.
I know.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well done.
Thank you. Thank you.
You did brilliant.
Oh,
Well done,
thank
Favour.
you.
Lovely. So leave it because our cord is still pulsing a little bit.
Okay, yeah.
So I think
Delete
we'll
code.
just, let's just see how.
My waters just broke. Hey God, you won't believe. Of all times, oh, I'm having contraction now. So I've been having these Braxton Hicks contraction, right, for some time now, and yeah, I wanted the baby to wait like some days more. Yeah, but it's what it is. I'll just pack my. The truth is, I'm halfway ready. Like my hospital bag, I've not put the items in the organizer bag I got, the one I told you guys about. So I'll just be doing that now before contraction becomes unbearable. This is. Can you see the time? This is. It's not as booked like an hour plus ago. So it's 4:40 a.m. Of course, I can't sleep. I can't sleep. See me, I've not even hair, but I'm not ready. I didn't even. I was supposed to make my hair. Hmm. I don't even know what to say now. Like there's a whole thing. My head is just going here and there. Okay, let me pack the bag. I know okay, bag is ready. At least now I can still talk.
A few minutes later.
To be a woman is not a day's job. Hey, to be a woman is not a day's job. Hey, hey, hey. I respect women. I respect mothers. I do. Whether you've given birth through cesarean section or through vaginal delivery, I respect you. Why? Because I've experienced both. And if you're trying to conceive mother, I wish you all the best. Whether cesarean section, whether vaginal birth, whichever one God has destined for you, that's what will happen. And you will be fine. Because this is me. I've had baby via cesarean. I've had baby via vaginal birth. And this is me today. Fine. But I'm here to tell you my story. Hey! Okay. Now, first of all, this I'm a mom of two now, a boy and a girl, right? And my first child was via cesarean section, and my second child was via vaginal birth. Let me give you the story of this one. If you want to know the story of the first one, let me know in the comment section, okay? Wow, my baby's sleeping. So in case you notice I'm looking down here, I'm looking at the camera just to be checking on her, up on her. Yeah. I'm just using this opportunity to film. If you're a batch create, if you're a content creator, you can relate. But yeah, let me tell you my birth story, my experience. First of all, it was not an easy one. Hey, it was not an easy one. So story. Right, my due date was supposed to be in January 2026. Now I'm giving you a recap and background, right? I ended up having my baby December, Christmas Day 2025. Okay? Now what happened? That Christmas morning, I just woke up like I had this urge, like I wanted to ease myself. And then I just woke up. The next thing I felt water go water flowing. Guys, don't please like the experience. Like I'm 3 months down the line already, but I can still remember every detail. Like the thing was running with my first child, right? I'll be giving you a comparison backstory so you get why my expression is this way. With my first child, the boy, I was even in a taxi going out and my waters broke. Of course, the whole cloth I was wearing down there got soaked. The chair was soaked. Like I knew it was my water, right? But this one, I was like, am I weeing on myself? I stood up, it was still flowing. And it was Christmas morning. This was like around 3 a.m. I was like, my water's hey. So I went to the toilet. I quickly rushed to the toilet first. As I'm just taking off my undies, more coming out. I was like, "Hey, baby!" I was like, "Baby," I feel like I'm this one. I'm never talking. I was like, "Baby, you want to come today, Christmas Day? Is that your plan?" Hey, I just laughed. Okay. Then I quickly rushed. I was even a bit confused. Like, okay, so I'm a midwife. I should know all these things, what to do. But you cannot be a midwife to your own self. Or yeah, at this point, you're a patient. So I was like, okay, what do I need to do? What? I quickly rushed back to the room. I woke my husband up. I was like, "Baby, my baby's coming." No, my daughter said was like, my my husband was like, "What? What did you say?" I said he was like, he was shocked too because of course, in a way, as a mother, as a pregnant woman, you have that intuition. Somehow, there's this feeling your mind will be telling you when baby will come. Me, you know, from early stage of this pregnancy, I was always saying that I think this baby will come early because my son was like 3 days late post his due delivery date, right? His due date. Forget me, my brain is still recovering from pregnancy. So, um, this time I was like, this baby, I know this baby will come early. I used to say it, but as at the time I was approaching my due date, because of the plans, work, everything that was on ground for me, I was like now begging the baby. I said, please don't come early, please. I wanted the baby to go into January as well for so many other reasons. Of course, January was my due date. I had other nice reasons why I wanted the baby to come in January. Then, as at that time, as at the time, I was also begging this baby. I've even booked planned for my mom to come in January, right? And then she decided to make her grand entrance on Christmas Day. Yes, Christmas. You heard me right. On 25th December. Okay, so back to our story. As the waters break, I was now trying to think, bring out my midwifery brain. Like, okay, so what do I need to do immediately? My waters break because this is something we've been advising people, and this is something they've always told me at every appointment. If you feel a reduction in baby movement, if you have any concerns, if your waters ring us, let us know, right? So, okay, as at that time, I had to think before I remembered, okay, oh, I need to let the hospital know. But was I in pain? No. I was having Braxton Hicks. So, this false labor contraction, yeah, I usually have it even before this water broke. I used to have it from time to time. So, I was like, I'm not really feeling any pain. I'm fine. And then, even I was comparing it with my last pregnancy. That's why, if you're watching this, just know that every pregnancy is different and it comes with its own. Every baby comes in their own way. Yeah. So with my boy, my previous pregnancy, when my waters broke, it was like in the morning. I went to the hospital. I wasn't contracting. I was fine. I later had my baby midnight. Yeah. But I didn't eat that whole day. So that was one thing I told myself I must eat this time around before going to the hospital because you don't know what will happen now. Yeah. So, and I wasn't contracting. It was later in the like day with my boy that I started having some like 1 to 2 contractions here, but I even ended up having cesarean. So I didn't really labor. So this time I was like, okay, since this water broke and I'm not having contraction, my husband was supposed to work that day. I told him he can go to work. I'm fine. I'm all right. I'll just ring the hospital, let them know. And then, of course, being a midwife, I was like, okay, even if they want me to come in, if there's any other issue, but if not, I still have like 24-hour window from the time my waters break and all things being normal and equal, I can stay at home up until 24 hours, right? So I told him he can go to work and all. He was like, are you sure? Because the first, with my first baby, my husband refused. I was like, when my waters broke, I was like, let's go back home. He said, no, we went to hospital immediately. I was like, I don't want to rush. But first baby, then him, he being in my, was like, he was the one worried more than me that first time. But this one, he was like, are you sure? Are you okay? And I was like, yeah, I'm fine. You remember the last one now? When did I end up having the baby? I wasn't really contracting. So I was like, this time too, he should go to work. If anything happens, I'll call him, right? So, hey, hope you have your popcorn because this story is an interesting one. It's really an interesting one. So he prepared that morning. I was like, oh, let me just, I had not packed my hospital bag 100%. So if there's any tip I'll give you, please get your bag ready. Actually, I had it all set. I had it packed in my head, but I wanted to film a video to show you guys, oh, this is what I packed in my hospital bag and all of that. This is the process. I wanted to do proper, So I was waiting until when I was on leave before I settled to do it, right? It happened. I started, but it wasn't like ready. It was that morning. I'll show you guys. I'm sure I must have posted the clip. I don't know how this sequence of these videos will come, but if you've seen it, then you've seen it. But if you've not, you will see it. So it was that morning. I now start packing, or if possible, I may attach it here in this particular video. So that morning I started packing my things, hospital bag, getting it ready. So this was like around 4. So the water breaking happened like around 3, right? I was fine, but I couldn't sleep. That's hormone and anxiety, excitement, and I don't know, the mixed feelings just overwhelmed me. My husband was like, let me try and sleep and rest at least before the main drama will start. I said, I can't even sleep. So that's when I started packing my bag. Then I said, okay, let me have a shower just to be ready. I had my boy as well at home with me. I told my husband to go to work. He left for work later. And then I was having my shower. Okay, I did. I was not feeling something. I was like, okay, what's this? What's this? I'll try and we've learned all the techniques. I'll try and breathe through it. Okay, and then I'll breathe again. The thing was increasing. Hey, so this was like around 7. Yeah, I said, okay, being a content creator, let me try and start documenting the process. Let me be timing it. I started track as I'm better. I'll rush. I'll press my phone when one comes. It will last for like some. I'll put it on the screen for you to see. It will last. Then it will. If I still have it, I don't know. I'll put it on the screen. It will last. It will go. Before you know, it started getting regular. It started getting stronger. Hey, I managed to have my shower that morning. I managed. I just summoned courage. In my mind, I was, yes, I'm doing it. I'm a strong lady. Little did I know that was just the introduction. Introduction. First of all, introduction. So yeah, little did I know that was just like introduction. By the time I finished bathing, I couldn't even wear my clothes. I couldn't dress up again. Oh. Hey, the pain was now unbearable. It was coming and going. Good thing is I had resting period in between. Yeah. So during that resting period, I'll quickly rush to see what I can do. Then it will come again. So I was now thinking, I quickly called my husband at that point. I was like, baby. I was like, oh, I used to call him, I said, oh, I don't think you'll be able to finish work today. He was like, okay, what's wrong? And that was like this was like now around 8. The work was just starting, right? He said, okay, what's going on? I said, as he stuck himself, I said, hold on. Wow, labor it's not easy. But anyway, let me try and be fast, right? Okay, so so I told him I don't think I'll be able to wait till he finished from work at all later in the evening. I think I'll end up going to the hospital earlier than I expect. I think my body is doing it. I think I'm I was just to say. Then he's okay. He'll ring his work people so they can get someone to just come take over. So he comes back home that he told me if he knows he shouldn't have gone. I say he should not worry, he should take his time. I'm still fine for now. But if I say I'm still fine for now, the next minute I'm like, he said I should not give birth to the baby at all. Then funny enough, there was this my work colleague, yeah. That was the episode about my husband. He was now trying to sort out how to come get me, right? How to leave work, get someone to cover him up and all. So there was just my work colleague that already called me previously to say that she was just having this intuition that something was gonna happen. You would just be having one kind of intuition. She told me, she was like, anyway, if anything happens, I should just know she's there, she's home, she's available, because of childcare, if I need any support. This country it's just good to have people, nice people. And I called I started making some calls here and there anyway, but as God will have it, that my colleague was like, when I was on the phone with her, she's not okay. She was even trying to make their Christmas breakfast, and also she was in the kitchen. She now offered to come help me with my boy because the pain now was unbearable, because My son, when you have an active toddler and you are in labor, that's one. It's another experience on its own. Please let me know. I'm not the only one talking. If you've experienced it, let me know in the comment section. If you've not, it's not really a sweet experience. If you have an active toddler and you're in labor, it's better let the toddler be with somebody like your family member or your friend while you're laboring. It will give you, I don't know, right? Like, let me know what your experience was like. Because for me, having him there, he would now like, oh, mommy, do you want the doctor? Or, oh, mom, should I call the ambulance? Like, because he see me in pain. And then he will now be asking question. He wants you to answer him, and maybe it's also coinciding with the moment where the pain is there, the contraction is there. You just need to breathe or do something. So in my head, I couldn't just process combining the two, answering him and the bearing the pain at the same time. So when I was speaking with that, my colleague, she now said, okay, at least she can come help me take my boy. You just come spend the Christmas with them. I was like, okay, yeah, that's fine. She now said, am I sure I'll be okay? I said, yes. The next thing I did, she said, she's a midwife. She now said, with the way you're sounding, not gonna give birth at home. Dad, don't worry, I'm coming. If it means me taking you to the hospital, I said, my husband will be on his way. She said, let that she's coming. That was how she came. I just managed myself. Let me show you my hair, guys. This was how my hair was. Okay, I didn't feel who remembered camera at that time. I wanted to say maybe if I filmed the this thing, I would have showed you. I tried, though. I tried. I wanted to like capture one of the contraction episode. Nobody told me to off the phone when the pain hooked me, and I was trying to hold phone because I cannot set up tripod now. I was trying to hold my phone. I think I will insert that particular one here. I just hold it so fit. I was like, I will tell you guys, well done. Those that those that used to film video when they are in labor. No, anyway, I think they will have somebody. I don't know how do you guys do it. How? I couldn't. So you see my hair. See, can you see my hair? That's how I took it to the labor room. I'm coming. Let me pack the hair back. Hey, because first of all, I planned. I even got if you if you know this content creator called Nosti, I don't know if you can still hear me because I kept my speaker. If you know this content creator called Nosti, yeah, she made this hairstyle that I really liked, and I felt, oh, it's going to be nice, yeah. So I got information from her and all of that. I plan to go make my hair. I got the extension. Is it an extension? Is called before this whole thing happened. Then this whole thing happened. So that was how I wore hair bonnet, picked my, when you're pregnant, you have this gown that was like your best friend. I think that was the gown I just wore with the slippers like that, and then managed to carry my box down that I've already packed. I was now at the door. Before I even got to the door, that my colleague was here with her car. She said, do I need, is there any other thing she should help me do? I said, no, I'm okay. We're just going small. When the pain come, I'll breathe. She was so supportive. Oh, thank you. If you're watching this video, I don't know if she'll be watching this video, but if you're watching this video, thank you for that support and encouragement you gave me. The way she would like, just okay, breathe. She was, I was like, so this is how it feels when you're a midwife and somebody's in labor and you're encouraging the person. Like, if you're a midwife and you're watching this, keep doing what you're doing. It's so good. This is our profession. Oh, I love it. It's so nice. Like, it's a special profession. Like, for you to have someone like encouraging you in another person's moment of pain. Like, I don't even know how to express it. It's if you know, you know. If you get what I mean, I really words cannot even express that feeling at that time. But yeah, that encouragement kept me going, made me to also be strong and all of that. So we drove. She went to her house first. She dropped my son off with her. She's got other bigger kids and her husband at home. So she dropped my son off, and then I spoke with my husband. He said, yeah, he was just about handing over. So I said, okay, I'm on my way to the hospital. He should just meet me at the hospital. So she drove me to the hospital, of course, our hospital where we work. And then immediately we got there, my husband was already there. So he met us. Then when I got to the hospital with the whole contraction and everything, I was already feeling, me, my plan was I'll be strong so that by the time I go to the hospital, I'm already far gone, close to delivery. when they now checked me, guess how many centimeter I was? Guess in the comment section before I say it. Let me know, what are your thoughts? How many, I don't know if you know about this centimeter dilation thing. How many centimeters, how far your cervix has opened? It's between 1 centimeter if it's opened till 10 centimeters when baby is ready to be born. Guess how many? So with my first boy, at the time I went to hospital, I was like 2 centimeters. So with this one, have you guessed? Have you guessed? All right. With this one, when they now checked, I was 3 centimeters. Yes. Did you get it right? I was 3 centimeters, and I was like, okay. Does that mean I'm not a strong lady or what? All this pain, and with the way I was even doing I thought like maybe the head will soon come out. Wow, women. Mhm. So, right when they checked, I was like, okay, at this point, I need pain relief. I just need something. I need pain relief. So I had there are different pain relief options. I can make a separate video if you want to know the different options available here in the UK. That's also even another big shock for me. Like having all these different pain relief options in the UK here. When I worked in Nigeria as a nurse and a midwife, there were options, but some of the options were for the rich. The rich, yeah, you heard me right. I think the as at that time, if we give you any pain relief used to be like paracetamol, yeah. Epidural is for the rich. But anyway, I requested for pain relief. I was like, let me try having codeine. Yeah, so they gave me codeine tablets. I took. I was still feeling my pain, my brothers and my sisters. I was still feeling the labor pain, but that was when they popped me on the monitor. My husband was there. That my colleague was still there with me, and they were like, "How you feel?" I said, "I'm okay." But I think the coding helped because they now asked where I would want to go have the baby because, like I told you, they respect your choice here in the UK. So for me, I had the option. I wanted to try having a pool bird as in the pool. So they were like, if I was still wanting to do that, I said yes. So they arranged the room for me. I went into the pool. Okay, before I got into the pool, I tried gas and air. So there's another pain relief option called gas and air, Entonox. So you'll be inhaling the gas. I think I'll insert a clip of myself using it. Bless me. It's not easy. Yeah. So I'm just remembering the moment, but yeah, even with that casane, I was still feeling the pain. It was still there. And then I was like, okay, I'll try going into the pool because that water is like a hydrotherapy. You still feel you're expected to feel some kind of relief. Yeah. So they ran the pool for me, and my midwife was nice. So sometimes you get there's always this option to choose who you would want to be your midwife. My baby is still sleeping. I'm just checking the camera. So I don't know. I don't think did they okay, yeah, they asked if I was going to choose a particular person to be my midwife. I was like, I don't mind anybody. Yeah. So I didn't choose a specific midwife, but God still gave me a nice midwife because the midwife that looked after me, she was so nice. Yeah, she was professional. She knew what she was doing. She looked after me, and yeah, she encouraged me and made, this thing. It's also helping me understand my profession better. Like being the patient as a midwife is, it hits differently. If you get what I mean, let me know. If you're a midwife and you've had a baby, let me know in the comment section. You get what I mean? Now, so I wanted to try vaginal birth, right? So she supported that my decision and guided me through it and helped me through it. I don't know if I'm saying it well, if I'm using the right words, but her encouragement made me do it as well. Do you understand? Like she made me feel that yes, I can do it. Am I clear enough? I don't know. I don't know if I'm expressing myself well. But anyway, we'll get to the stage when I was pushing. But I think baby's about to wake up. You can see her moving her head. Yeah, sorry about the break. I had to like feed baby and then yeah, let me continue with the story. But anyway, where did I stop? I was talking about your midwife, right? It's always a different experience when you have a nice midwife and a supportive midwife. So to continue the story, I wanted to go try the pool, but before then, because of the way I was still feeling the pain, I was offered gasane, so I used the gasane, which I've showed you the clip I should have, and it tried, but for me, I was still feeling the pain. Like that pain was still when the contraction is there. It was still there. It was still painful. It was still there. So it's windy outside. And the weather is beautiful. Can imagine the combination. But anyway, so I wanted to try that pool because you know what we call hydrotherapy. Water also has a way of bringing relief to pain. Yeah, so they ran the pool for me, and I went into the pool. There, it was relaxing. The waves of the water was like relaxing. It made me sleep a little bit. So I will only wake up when the contraction come. I think maybe as a midwife, I would say, I don't know if I would say things were now dying down. Like, will I? The contractions were now slowing down. I'm just trying to look for how to put it because the contractions were still there, but I could sleep in the pool. Like, not serious sleep now. I'll see if I can insert a clip or a picture to show you what I meant. Like I could doze off for some time and then wake up again when the contraction comes and all, yeah. So I stayed in the pool. So all these things we're talking about, I got to the hospital like around 9, yeah. I was 3 centimeters, right? Had the codeine, had gas and air, went into the pool, let's say 11. Then by, let's say 12 or 1. No, let's say 12 or half 12. The pain, guys, you will not believe me. The pain was now on another level. And this time around, even with the way I was growing, it was like, as if I want to push. Or it's not me, because my midwife was now asking me, do I feel like I want to push? I said no. Because you will know when you want to push. I was like, no. But with the sound I was making, it was more like a pushing sound. So now, me as a midwife, when you're making that kind of sound, I just feel like you're making progress. The head should be getting lower and all of that. Um so anyway, they were listening to the heartbeats, which is another routine that has to be followed here, right? They were listening to the heartbeat, baby was fine. And then they decided to examine me around that, let's say 9, 10, 11, 12, 1. Yeah, something around like that one. Yeah. When they examined me, they examined me. I was really hopeful that like I don't do I'm there already. But when they examined me, they said I was still 3, almost 4, but still 3. 3. I be almost 4. I can't even remember again. But I was not happy with that news. Like with the pain, I was now like, okay, no. If it's still if with this pain I'm feeling, I'm still 3 or 4, they should just look for pain relief. So yes, I had epidural. I now requested for epidural. Yeah, you must have heard of epidural. If you've not, let me know in the comment section. And I asked for epidural. I said, yeah, because I've not gone anywhere. I need to get to 10 centimeters. And if I'm still 3 or 4 with all these hours, all this pain, no, I'm not sure how I'll be like. Uh, so yeah, I requested for epidural. And then, for you to have epidural, you no longer be in the pool, you no longer be in the midwifery led segment of the labor ward. You need to go down to the consultant led care area. I was like, yes, I'm ready. So they got me ready. My midwife, bless her. To me, I feel, being a midwife, I feel like, am I stressing her? I didn't want to stress anybody, but no, she was fine. She was very supportive. She was like, it's okay. Yeah, she took me down there. She put me on the monitor, got me, tray of water, and she was just so supportive, helpful, ready to help me with anything I needed and all. Yeah. So when I got there, they needed to also get the anesthetic. She told me about getting my bloods and all of that, which I was okay with. I didn't have issues with all of that. She did all the procedures, the routine, yeah. And then for me to now stay, because for you to get a epidural, you need to sit upright. For me to sit upright for the epidural, hey, bless the ODP. There was this ODP, the operating, what's even the full practitioner, the operating department practitioner that supported me. I'm not supposed to be mentioning names, right? Ah, but she was so supportive. The way people like when somebody's in pain and what they just need is the whole support, the whole love, the whole care they can get. Seriously. So I couldn't sit upright, and you need to sit upright for the epidural to be done really well and successfully. The positioning matters a lot. So when the contraction comes, oh, I can't stay, I can't stay, I can't stay still. I just need to press onto something. According to my husband, his body, the way I was pressing him. He took him time to recover from that. So that ODP, the person that was assisting with the epidural, I hold her hand. When the contraction comes, I was really in pain. The pain was worse that period. Like, I don't know, maybe that's how things are. Like, the moment you're about to get a breakthrough or something, or you're about to get a relief, it will not be as if the pain you have been bearing before, what happened? Why can't you bear it anymore? But for me, it wasn't. That was the peak of my own pain during this my labor. So I was really in pain, but I had epidural, and yes, epidural is magical. Will I recommend? Yes. Now this one is as a patient, yeah. Whether as a midwife, it depends on your circumstance, yeah. But as a patient now, will I recommend epidural? Yes, it's magic. I had epidural like 30, 40 minutes. I've forgotten anything pain. I was relaxed. I was like, why we people just want to now be suffering to be to me, like to be in pain? If something like this exists, yes. But anyway, everything that has advantage has disadvantage. Of course, the anesthetists that did the epidural talked about the risk, one in 100 chance of this, of that. I say yes. They were explaining all this. I was just like, yes, I agree. Please give me the epidural. Like, just come and give me that pain. I don't all this. To me, it was like story people were telling me as at that point that I just need a pain relief. Anything, yes. But anyway, it was worth it at the end for me. I was happy I had the epidural, and everything was now. I could smile again. Even my husband was like, now I'm back. Like my face, look at the way that now I can't even open my eye. Then this is how my eyes was. If you're talking to me, this if you're talking to me, this is how I'll be looking at you. And I'm saying yes. I don't know if you can see my face. Oh my god, that experience, I just needed to tell the story here so that even if I want to forget, if I watch this video, I'll remember. Oh, but it's a sweet experience, a sweet, bitter experience. Should I call it bitter in the sense that there was a pain in the midst of the experience. But yeah, it was worth experiencing anyway. But after I had the epidural, I could open my eyes, I could see clearly. And then okay, because of the way I was seriously in pain during the epidural, I was groaning. I was even still acting like I was pushing. In fact, it was worse that time. They now decided they were going to examine me. And you know, when you're having epidural and all of that, you're not really staying in a good position. So baby's heartbeat was now like dropping, coming back up, dropping. So they said, okay, they will examine me. And that was so look at I got to the place of the epidural like around 1 or 2. Yeah, that was when I had the epidural. They now examined me that time. I was, guess what? Guess? Have I already sold myself out? Let me know your guess in the comment section before I tell you. Like, so before I was 3 to 4 centimeters, right? So now, how many do you think I will be? Guess. I was. Have you guessed? Guess in the comment section. Oh. Have you guessed? I was 9 centimeters. In fact, my midwife was on break, right? So it was another midwife this time around that examined me. She now said the two news. So there's good news. There's what did she say? There's bad news. No, she has two things to tell me, but let us start with the sweeter one, something like that. I was like, yes, please. Which she said, which one? I said, start with the sweeter one. And she was like, let her tell me I'm nice. I was like, that was oh my god, the noise I'm making, as in that news, I can't even forget it till now. That news made my day. It gave me strength. 9 from 3 to 4 centimeters to 9. Like how? Like I was just 3 to 4 some minutes ago. I don't even know. Even when I was moving from the midwifery led segment, that's the pool area, to this consultant lesson, I had to run. I was running because I was in pain. I didn't want the next contraction to come. I was like 9. Like, that was quick. 9. Anyway, me, I know why I'm exclaiming like this, because even as a midwife, 9 for first vaginal delivery attempt from 3 to 9. That was really quick. So it made my day, it gave me strength, it made me happy. Woo! I was like, okay, so yes. And then the other thing was because of the baby's heartbeat that was dropping, that I would need a doctor to review me just to check. Since I'm 9, let's know what else. And as at that time, I've had epidural. My contractions that were coming like 3 to 4 times in 10 minutes now slowed down to like 2. So for some people, they'll say, is it the epidural? Is it the epidural that caused it? For some people, they'll just be because you're now more relaxed and all of that. I don't know. But for me, I was fine. I was 9 centimeters. That was the highlight. Yeah. So I said it's fine. They got the doctor. The doctor came to review. They checked the monitoring. If I have a picture, I'll pop it on the screen for you guys to see. Yeah, the baby's heartbeat. So there's how we classify this thing based on this one. Nice as a midwife, it's either the CTG is normal or suspicious or pathological. So mine was, I can't even remember what they classified it as, but it was not normal. It was either suspicious or pathological. So when the doctor came, the doctor was like, okay, since I'm already 9, they will give me more time to just progress. And another thing was the decision to either start me on what they call hormone drip, just to boost the contractions again, because this time around it has died down. It was slowing down instead of, this is the time we need the contractions to be coming. You understand? So I was happy with whatever plan. As long as I'm fine, as long as I'm 9 centimeters, let's go there. Let's do this. Yeah. So I was happy. And then yeah, they were happy for me to carry on. Even though baby's heartbeat was going down up at some point, the plan was to examine or to reassess again in about 2 hours. So let's say that was like 2 or 3 o'clock, right? That was like 3 o'clock. I can't remember the exact timing, yeah, but it was in the afternoon and it was between 2 and 3. So the plan was to examine me again in 2 hours, which it should be like around 5. So around that 5 or thereabouts, I was 10 centimeters. Hey, 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 hey. Wow, wow. So I was happy. I was happy. I was 10 centimeters. So I was like, okay, of course, being a patient, you'll be like, okay, should you start pushing? Me, I was not feeling anything. I don't even know if I'm ready to push or anything because of the epidural. I was just so calm, relaxed. Although I could feel like that tightening when it comes and when it goes, but it wasn't painful. Like I just knew something's going on, but without pain. You get that? That's how my own experience was. So the and I asked my midwife, okay, so what next? I'm a patient. She was like, should she tell me? She now said, should she tell me as a midwife now or as I said, please, I'm your patient. Yeah. Go on. What's next? She now said, okay. She now advised me. She was like, okay, we should not rush. Of course, according to the guidelines, because of epidural, you have one extra passive hour. So this should be around 4 thereabouts. Yes. So I was saying I was not too sure, but this should be like 4 because of I'm trying to relate it to the time I had my baby. She said, if you have epidural, you according to guideline, you now wait for 1 passive hour. That's what they call it, just to allow the head come down a bit more. You're having epidural, you're not really pushing. You understand? Because of pain, but this time around, the body's just doing it. So they give that 1 passive hour here in the UK, and so she now said after that 1 hour, she would recommend I even do 2. In my mind, I'm like, okay, okay. To me, it's getting longer because, of course, if you're expecting your baby, you just want to have everything done. Especially now that you're calm, you have epidural. What are you delaying for? But I wanted her to have the baby since she has started with me. She should be my midwife, and she's supposed to finish at 7. So if this was 4, if she said we should have 2 hours, so it would be 6. Then if I now start pushing, you can push for up to an hour. Let's say 7. I'm just mixing the time up. I'm not sure of the exact timing, but I was like, is it not getting too long? But anyway, you're my midwife. Whatever you advise or recommend, I would go with it. And I think that was the best thing, that one of the best decision, that the best, how do I put it? The best advice I got and the best decision I made, because we waited, no stress, nothing. Baby was fine. Heartbeat was okay. After that 2 hours, we were tired anyway because I was offered something to eat, but I was feeling sick. So look at another thing. The way you be vomiting. Yeah, they call it feeling sick. I was feeling sick. So because really wanted to eat this time around. I couldn't eat at home. Now I left. So in the hospital, I told them, please, they should give me something to eat that morning when I came, because I didn't want anything to change, and story will change, and I will not end up eating again like my last pregnancy. So I was offered something to eat. I got toast. Hospital toast sometimes used to be like the sweetest thing for me. But I couldn't even eat toast. I just bite a little bit and I vomited everything. Anytime I bite, I'll vomit. So I didn't even bother eating again. Yeah. You see, even with that vomiting, as a midwife, you know that vomit is like a sign of progress, right? So me vomiting, and then when I was examined, I was still like 3 or 4. I was a bit like, why now? But that was that time. So I was happy when she said we should stay for that extra 2 hours, which I did. When it was now time to push, we now experimented. So she told me, of course, me too, I'm a midwife now. I know how I used to explain to people to push. So all those skills, I decided to use it. God be praised, God be praised. But and now, you understand? And I pushed. She just looked at me. And see, encouragement is good. The way she looked at me and she was like, wow, that was a very big good. And then, even people, they can praise somebody somehow. Even when you're not doing anything, they will just say, oh, Jude, that was wonderful. And all of that. But I knew I did something there. Let's forget it. So she was like, wow, that was a very good push. Yeah, that. She was like, okay, that means at least I know how to push. Sometimes it's also good to know how to push in the right direction and all of that. Yeah. So I was also encouraged now. Well, the one thing I learned, it gives woman your patient the kind of strength when you encourage them like that. Do you get? So I was encouraged. So we just started. She got everything ready, set, and then I didn't push for up to 10 minutes. I think I just did 2 or 3 pushes and baby's head was out. Oh my God. Wow. And the positive vibe this my midwife came with when she came on shift, because she was just starting her shift that morning. She just said, okay, we'll be having this baby before I go home. Do you understand that positive this thing? because of course nobody wants to just come to hospital and stay long. You understand? But she said it. She was like, even when she was going home, because it was a Christmas day, she told her mom that, oh, she hopes she's gonna get a Christmas baby, and yeah, this is it. This is gonna be the Christmas baby. And I was like, yes, yeah, I loved that. My midwife, if you're watching this video, good job. You did a good job there, and keep being that good midwife you are. This video, I'm giving you that kudos. You did a good job. And yeah, that's one thing. If you are a pregnant woman expecting to have your baby, watching this video, just pray to God to give you that good midwife, because it matters a lot. It matters who your midwife will be. Yeah, so that was it. That was it. My baby, my princess was here on Christmas Day. Yeah, so of course baby came before her shift ended. Bless this midwife. She was, to be a midwife in this country, it's not even easy. She was on her feet all through. She was just going here and there, doing this for me. Good, bless her. She was one nice. She did a lot. But yeah, so baby was here, and that was it. What else do you want to know? What else? But yeah, okay, I had tear. Yes, I had a little bit of tear. Maybe I don't even know, because baby was not that big, but you know, that's this, some of these things you can't really tell why it happened. But trust me, I had a very, very good experience. Like it was an experience that would prompt me to say, let's do this again. You know what I mean? But anyway, yeah, that was my birth story, my birth experience. It was a positive one. It was worth it. I was happy at the end. And yes, my bundle of joy arrived. And I want to thank everyone that supported me all through the pregnancy, the delivery, and I had the best support system even after baby came. Oh, lots of surprises. But anyway, thank you for watching the video up until this point. If you've got any question, anything, tips, questions, leave it in the comment section. I respond to all comments. If you enjoyed my story, like the video, hype the video. You know where the comment is, scroll and then hype the video. And I'll see you in my next one. Until then, ciao, ciao.